I need to file criminal complaints against 2 individuals for grand larceny and theft of my personal property.
Okay, if you look to your direct left, you'll see a criminal complaint form.
Yes, sir.
Did you already fill one out?
I'm attempting to, but I have a dilemma.
Okay.
I see a paragraph over here that says, complainant is not a law enforcement officer or an animal control officer. Authorization prior to issuance of felony arrest warrant given by a Commonwealth's attorney and law enforcement agency having jurisdiction over alleged offense. Who takes care of this portion of the?
Are you trying to seek felony charges?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. In order for you to seek felony charges, I, as a magistrate, can't. The law prevents me from issuing it to a citizen.
Yes, sir.
If you want felony charges issued, you would have to go to the law enforcement agency of your respective.
And I have.
Attorney.
I am a victim of racketeering and organized crime, and our officials are in on it. I've contacted all law enforcement agencies, sir. Today I don't want to file any criminal complaints in regards to the officials preventing me from my rights to due process. That is where the magistrates have recused themselves. So my actual basis for coming back down here again is to more appropriately convey the matter and exclude all information in regards to the crimes by law enforcement, because I will handle those separately. I don't want anybody recusing themselves again, because it clearly violates my rights to due process.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying, and but the only thing is the magistrate's hands are a little bit tied in that regard, because if it's law enforcement that's the perpetrator, then it still needs to be investigated through either, have you talked to internal affairs or something like that?
It's a gross conflict of interest to contact the same agency that's violating my rights.
Okay, what about the state police? Have you talked with them?
Yes, they refused to investigate and claimed that I performed an illegal act, but could not furnish me any statutory authority to uphold their claims and allegations that I performed an illegal act, to which I conveyed to that officer that he was retarded of law. Pardon my language, but I have been studying law for about 10 years. I'm not a professional, but I am a lawyer because I do study law. I would like to just go into this matter in regards to the 2 private citizens that committed the felony against me. I've already contacted Chief Magistrate Salerno and discussed certain things with him in regards to the behavior of certain magistrates and how to move forward. So I would like to move forward in regards to the private citizens, and because all law enforcement agencies have deprived my rights to due process, that brings me back here to you.
Okay. What's your name, sir?
Michael Raposo, and what's your name?
Magistrate Towery, T-O-W-E-R-Y. Yes, sir, Mr. Raposo. It sounds like you've been through a lot of avenues to get to this point.
I have no right, sir, because of conflicts with all badged officials, even the prosecutors, sir. I was retaliated against as a victim, witness, and informant of crime with a false arrest by officers making false reports, in addition to the criminal suspect, in addition to making more false reports. So, as a victim of racketeering and organized crime in our local community, because of the nature of the crime unfolding against me, I have no due process. My rights are being continuously trampled on and violated by the Democrats and Republicans that enforce the laws that you have to oblige by, that says law enforcement has to take that felony criminal report. I have no honest cop working for me.
Well, just as they have to take the report, I can't issue a felony warrant for a citizen. I'm not judicially able to do that. So I understand your frustration, but I can't. I'm not allowed to do that.
So where is an honest, non-criminal officer of the law that you can put me in touch with to take actual criminal reports in regards to theft of my property? Because it has been alleged that the theft of my property was permitted by way of trespassing. The state law for Virginia on trespassing is trespassing after having been forbidden to do so. Nobody made me aware within that 24-hour period that I was trespassing to give me an option to retract from an alleged crime. I'm a victim right now of cruel and unusual punishment brought on by our local officials and law enforcement agencies to violate my rights to due process when I was never notified to retract from an alleged trespass. With that being said, it could not be construed that it was a willful trespass without giving me an opportunity to retract. In addition to that, I am doing the time for a crime I have not committed. They've stolen my home from me, claiming it was trespassing. I was trespassing without ever being notified within 24 hours of alleged trespass. This is a definitive violation of my right to due process to be notified. And because it is not a willful trespass, nor is it a definition of our statutory authority of trespassing after having been forbidden to do so, I am a victim of crime and I need help.
Mr. Raposo, if I may, I understand what you're saying, but however, I as a magistrate, none of this applies to me for the time being.
So you won't let me file criminal felony reports because the state law of Virginia says that you cannot take it directly from a citizen?
Correct.
Yes, sir. I'm familiar with that. So, given the nature...
There's nothing else for us to discuss here.
Well, there is. Given the nature of the crimes against me and how I have no authority of law enforcement officer within the town of South Boston, Halifax County Sheriff's Office, and the Virginia State Police. See, before I filed a report with the sheriffs, they were already tipped off to retaliate against me, sir. So when I, as a law-abiding citizen who is having his rights to due process trampled on, what does somebody like me do? Who does somebody like me turn to in regards to upholding the law and respecting my rights to due process? Where do I turn when I'm the victim of current ongoing crime?
I've tried to tell you, Mr. Raposo, I know that it's not the answer you want to hear, but it's the one I'm going to give you. You're going to have to talk to law enforcement, or you can try to contact Chief Magistrate.
These are the criminals.
And try to discuss the matter with him as well. Like I said, as a magistrate, I'm not going to be able to issue any type of process that the citizen requested as a felony.
Why would Catherine Bloom, the magistrate here, pick up the pen and the paper and proceed until I submit information to her that would give her an idea to recuse herself? Why would she proceed with the filing of these criminal charges, but stop when I say this man's wife is related to the sheriff's office, the criminal's wife, and she would stop the paperwork?
That has something to do with law enforcement in general, because she knows, just like I told you, that if you're trying to seek felony charges, or if the charges involve law enforcement as the perpetrator, she can't do that.
Law enforcement is actively committing crimes against me, sir. So who is the official that has a badge that is a peace officer, a conservator of the peace that I can turn to in times like this?
Like I said, Mr. Raposo,
I heard you.
What you want to hear, what is the true answer? If you want to talk to Chief Magistrate Salerno, you can do that as well.
This is subversion, sir, and it was put in place. You fucking asshole.